Hey guys, this is Sean with W.Electric, and I want to go over a quick topic with you. Federal Pacific panels and breakers, FPE breakers. Every electrician knows about Federal Pacific and the dangers that they have. At those red flags, like, oh, get it out of your house. That's what every electrician is going to think of every time they hear that word, Federal Pacific. But I wanted to make you aware as a homeowner, as a customer, that there are dangers with owning a Federal Pacific panel that you need to be aware of. So I'm going to show you a Federal Pacific panel, what it looks like, what the breakers look like, and why they are a danger, or potentially could be a danger to you or to your home. Alrighty, let's get started. So this is a Federal Pacific panel. Looks pretty normal. But one of the first things you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it from there or not, but I'll just make you aware, is it does not have a grounding lug or a grounding bus. It only has a neutral bus, okay, which means your grounds and your neutrals are tied together in the same place. Back in the day, 1950s, 1980s, that was kind of okay. In today's code, 2017, it is not okay. We separate our grounds and we separate our neutrals. All right, you do not ever want them on the same bus for a specific reason. The ground is dedicated for default pathway. So a default pathway would be a lightning strike. If you ever have a lightning strike in your home or anything like that, instead of it traveling back on your neutral and through all of your appliances, busting out your light bulbs, running your brand new washer and dryer that you bought that costs like $5,000 with money you shouldn't have spent, right? You can prevent that by just having a ground bus. So lightning hits, it's like, oh, I got a path to earth because that's where it wants to go, quickest path to earth. That's how electricity works. It wants to get somewhere and it wants to get there fast, and it's going to take the least path of resistance to get there. So what we're doing as electricians is creating a pathway for that lightning strike to go. So if you don't have a ground in your house, where's that lightning strike going to go? All of your appliances, all right, potentially. And that brings up another important topic of why it's good to have a surge protector. If you don't have a surge protector in your home, I'd probably recommend getting one. I believe the next code book that comes out, it's going to be a requirement for every electrician when they install a panel to also put a surge protector. Altus is a little behind on their code, so we don't do that quite yet, but it's coming, so be ready, guys. Anyway, next reason why you should try to change out your panel if it's Federal Pacific is because of these breakers. The FPE went under a lawsuit. I'm not sure when they went under a lawsuit, but between 1950 and 1980s, they said that they were UL listed, and they are not UL listed, and they do not have a very good trip rating, which means it takes a very long time to generate enough heat for these breakers to trip, which means potentially whoever's getting electrocuted could be fatal, or your home will burn down. And there's actually been a few deaths in Altus. I actually had to go do an inspection on the house with a Federal Pacific panel where a guy died because of these. I can't blame it just strictly on it because it was a Federal Pacific panel. There's a lot of things to take in consideration, but as an electrician, I know it had a big part of it. Second thing is, if you have a wire that's making contact with a gas line, plumbing line, or it's up against duct work or an AC unit in the attic or a water heater, and it's making contact with it, it's just going to energize the unit. It's just going to energize anything it's in contact with until it creates a fire. It creates enough heat to create a fire. And yeah, it may have worked, 40 years now and never had an issue, but it just takes one time to have an issue, and that's what we're trying to prevent here today. So I would recommend, guys, to go check your closets, check wherever your panel is, your garage, your closets, bedroom closets. Find out what type of panel you have in your home. If it's Federal Pacific, call us. Let us come look at it. Or make a decision on yourself. To get these things changed out, it runs about $1,200 to $1,500. I don't see it being much more than that. I mean, that's really not a lot when you're considering, one, you're going to be adding value to your house, because anybody that does an inspection on your home, one of the first things they look for is Federal Pacific. Red flags. I'm telling you, it is a red flag. So update it. Bring some value back to your home. Two, you're potentially saving yourself a house fire and a fatality. It's grandfathered in, so you don't have to rush and do it. But I would recommend, I strongly advise, guys, us in the electrical world, we know the risks, and that's why we advise against such things. There's a lot of electricians in Altus, Oklahoma that would love to do an evaluation. Willis Electric, me, 580-649-9863. Give me a call. I'll come out, schedule a time with you that works for you, and take a look at what you got going on. There's other electricians in the Altus area, W.Electric, Young Electric, Ray's Electric, and B&T Electric. Brendan Tyner is a pretty good guy. So give us a call and let us help you out. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.